Uncut Gems is the latest film starring Adam Sandler, and what I'm about to say, I say it all love, man, because I love Adam Sandler and I love his movies, but this is not your typical Netflix bullshit he's been churning out for the last 3 or 4 years. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Sandler's movies from way back in the day, but come on. His last 4 or 5 movies, they've been pretty much shitty. So, but now he returns back to the drama genre, which he does so well, and I really wish he would do more of it. And man, Sandler just knocks it out of the park. He plays this guy Howard, who is just, talk about down on your luck. This guy's down on his life. He's a lifetime degenerate, he's a gambler. He just can't seem to get all of his shit together. He's married with kids, but he also has a girlfriend, a side salad in an apartment, and he's trying to juggle all these balls. He's a jeweler, and he's trying to make money doing that as well, but he's all about the hustle. And he discovers this uncut opal from Africa, and he has it shipped over to him in New York, and he plans to auction it off for over $1 million and really get his life set. But in the meantime, he's pawning out shit that he doesn't own. He's putting on bets with this pawned money, and it's just a snowball of bad shit that happens to him. And man, I just am in love with this movie because these kind of characters that he plays, usually these kind of characters, you just say, fucking good for you. You deserve all this bad shit. But I don't know, for some reason, Sandler makes his character really, you empathize with him, and you just really feel bad for this guy. And that's what I mentioned in another film where, you know, you can have a character that's despicable and unlikable, but with the right writing, the right direction, with the right actor performance, that kind of character can be really someone you can root for and someone you can empathize with. And this guy that Adam Sandler plays in this movie, there's no way you should like this guy. If you knew this guy in real life, you'd call him a scumbag and just try to avoid him. But in this movie, you really want shit to go right for him, and that's a big credit to Sandler. It's a big credit to the writer-directors, the Safdie brothers. Their last film, Good Time, I really enjoyed. I didn't think it's quite as good as most critics said it was, but I did enjoy it a lot. It's really high energy, and the Safdie brothers bring that high energy into Uncut Gems as well, because this film, it just takes place over a few days, and like I said, there's like a snowball, an avalanche of things that just go wrong, and you're just waiting for that one moment for something to go right for this guy, and it just never happens. And man, you're like, oh fuck, what else could go wrong with this guy now? And it's just the one thing over another. And Sandler, he just carries his entire film. The film is just really entertaining. I love the score, the music, the performances. Supposedly there's a lot of guys who aren't really actors who were selected to act in the movie, and one of them is Kevin Garnett, who I was a huge fan of, and he played basketball for the Timberwolves and the Celtics. And he plays himself in this movie because this movie takes place back in the early 2010s when he was still playing ball for the Celtics. And I love the way they kind of seamlessly weaved in his current performance set about 8-9 years ago when he was playing for the Celtics and playing for a championship. I thought that was really well done, and Garnett does really well. I mean, you know, everyone must think it's easy to play yourself, but it really isn't, because you still have to portray a character that audiences can relate with, or they can at least understand, and Kevin Garnett does a really job well in that. And speaking of acting that people think is easy, Sandler comes obviously from a huge background of comedy, and comedic actors really don't get the respect they should, because you know, I've been in that situation where I've tried to make people laugh. I'm on stage and performing, and it's really not that easy. It's hard to really get that energy going and have people laugh. So, you know, everyone gives all the respect to the Denzels, the Robert De Niros, and Al Pacinos, and rightfully so. Their dramatic acting is very hard, and those who do it well, it's you know, props to them. But it ain't like comedic acting is easy, and Sandler definitely has the chops for both. He's created all these iconic characters on the comedy side, and now he's creating iconic characters on the dramatic side. I thought he was great in Punch Drunk Love and Spanglish and other films he's done, and I'm really glad to see him back and challenging himself with this role, and I want to see more of this movie. This movie was just really great. It's super high energy and great characters, great performances, great thrills, great suspense, and yeah, this movie, I just was watching it, I'm like, oh, like it gives you that kind of anxiety kind of feeling. He's waiting for something to go right, and like, it's kind of frustrating, but you know, at the same time, it really keeps you engaged and you're really impressed by the performances. So for me, Uncut Gems gets a 9 out of 10. Thanks so much for watching my review. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel, MC on Film, for more reviews in the future.